Sports on the Run. So today, probably in a couple of hours, we got the Detroit Pistons taking on the Knicks in Game 2 of the preseason. Now, a lot of people was complaining about the first game. Oh, they trash. They can't shoot. They turn the ball over too much. All of these things. But what y'all gotta realize is most of them haven't even played in over 9 months. I mean, we talking about D-Rose. We talking about Blake Griffin, who hasn't even played. For him, it's been over a year. So, you gotta understand this team is very young. It's a bunch of kids. They're young. They gotta gel. They gotta figure out their chemistry. But I will say this. In the fourth quarter, when they had Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey, Saban Lee, all of them being on the court, they stepped up in that fourth quarter. Save, who else was out there at that point in time? You even had DeLon Wright. So the talent is there, and you love to see that from players that's potentially coming off the bench. Because one thing that Detroit needs to have in order to have a good team is a good group coming off the bench, whether that's the rookies or let's say some starters or some veteran players. They need that. We already know Killian is starting, and for me, I think he had a good game. I can tell that he was pressing a little bit when they started to get down. He started to overthink and overplay. That was the only thing. Other than that, I think he'll be good. I think going to the second game, he's gonna settle down more, and you're gonna see it. I think the line. It's Sunday, man. I was watching the Lions game a few minutes ago. But it's Sunday, and it's Pistons' second game, and I think they're actually gonna do good. I think they're gonna win this game. You're gonna see a different type of style than the first one. I think they're gonna attack the basket, not as much, but I think they're gonna move the ball around enough to create shots, open shots, and then once they step out of that paint to guard those shots, they're gonna dish it inside. At least that's what I would do, because you know that you had a hard time going inside last time, so they're thinking the same thing. We're gonna lock them down inside and make them shoot. Pistons just gotta knock down those shots, especially Jeremy Grant. He had a cold night on Friday, but again, I mean, him and Mason Plumlee, I think, is the only people on the team that actually played in a bubble or even really deep into the bubble. So you're looking at a situation of just opportunity, just getting your feet under you, getting back into that rhythm. As far as Mason Plumlee goes, I get it. People like, oh, he trash. If you know anything about basketball and you play basketball, then you already know what he was. He is that backup center type. I feel like a player that I would only want to bring him in for resting my starter. And I think what's going to happen is over time during the season, Jahlil Okafor is going to take over that starting spot. And who's going to back him up is Stewart. I think them two are going to make that leap in front of him, because the way he was playing Friday was like he was slow. He couldn't stop nobody. He really couldn't do much. And again, it may just be a situation of chemistry for everybody. So until we figure out that part, we're not gonna know. And all this gonna take some time. But guys, it's pre-season. That's it. That's all. It's preseason. I mean, what do y'all really expect from them? What do y'all really want from them? It's preseason. It's what it is. It's exhibition. It doesn't mean a thing. It's not a record. You know, they don't crown a champion off of winning all your preseason games. They don't. The preseason game is just there for them to get accustomed, get their legs under them, get into a rhythm. And they're really going to need these preseason games to get all the turnovers that they're doing out of the way and things like that. So when the season starts, they can go. Because after these 4 preseason games, it's on to the NBA games. And that's when it counts. A lot of people thinking like, oh, this team gonna be trash. At the end of the day, even if they are trash, they're young. You want them to, like, this is my thing. I think a lot of Pistons fans let the media or certain people be like, oh, we're gonna compare them to Miami Heat. Well, guess what? That Miami Heat team had 82 games. 82 games to get to where they are, to get to that point. So this is where we are now. It's gonna take time. But when they get there, they're gonna be gone. So I would say the Pistons win this game. I'm not gonna predict the score, but I think they will end up on top in the fourth quarter when it's 0-0 on the clock. This is Sports on the Run. Thanks for watching.